Happy Sunday, guys. What's up? Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt. To follow me on Twitter, this podcast being brought to you by our friends at BetMGM and the $1,000 first bet offer that's available right now with that promo code JUICE at sign up for new users. $1,000 first bet offer at BetMGM.com. All right, so I'm in kind of a weird spot. So we bet UConn on a hedge for Gonzaga. So that was flat. We lost the other two bets yesterday, unfortunately. Vancouver did not go over, which was really surprising. I thought that game would fly over. It did not. It was 4-1 final. Came back with the late night game that we talked about on the Discord channel with Vegas and the Oilers. That game pushed at 7. So no harm, no foul there. And then we lost the FAU under, and man, it was, I hit a plus 385 on them during the game. We talked about during the Discord channel. I had plus 140 and plus 385. So I ended up making money on that game, but officially I lost. So this is, again, why being in the Discord channel really can help if you'd like to do what I do, which is use in-game wagering, which you absolutely should be using today. For both games in the NCAA tournament, you should completely be using in-game wagering for your advantage. But I've got futures on both Creighton and Texas today, so my bets are going to be hedges. I'm going to give you what I think is going to happen, okay? I'm going to give you official plays, but just understand that I have a 25-unit win. If the Creighton Blue Jays win the national championship, I have a 25-unit win. I have a 3.25, a plus 325 ticket riding with Texas if they win today. I had Gonzaga in the same thing yesterday, and I bet UConn. So people talk about hedging. Look, maybe it's because I do a show with a former risk direct, guy from the Risk Room, a guy who's been in books for 25 years, a guy who ran books, and Dave Sharapan, because we talk about it all the time on our other show. We talk about the fact that on BVB, we say, look, minimize risk, okay? Gambling's fine, but minimize risk. That's what they do in the book. They always talk about minimizing the risk. So as a player, you equally have to talk about minimizing the risk. That's why I hedge all the time. I have no bones. People call me, you're not a gambler, you're not a real bettor. Okay, all those things could be very well true. I don't care. I'm not trying to impress anybody, okay? I'm not trying to play some game, some mythical game about how to, I'm trying to earn my sharp card. When they start passing those things out, please let me know who's the one handing out the sharp cards. I'm not looking for that, okay? I'm looking for bankroll management. I'm looking for intelligent decisions, and I'm looking to have fun and have entertainment and enjoy myself as I'm betting these things, okay? So just understand that's what we're doing. I have one hockey parlay to give out. It's a great card. Bruins and Hurricanes today is an unbelievable game. Awesome game. 100% live bet that game. That game's going to be awesome. Bruins and Hurricanes is going to be a ton of fun. Probably bet the under in that game pregame if you're going to bet anything, but that I can't wait to watch that hockey game. We got obviously the Creighton Blue Jays playing today, so you know where I'm going to be today. A lot of good stuff to get to. Probably, I have to do the math. My guess is it can't be a winning week based upon what I'm betting, because I'm only putting 3.2 units in play. So I think even if I win everything, I think I still wind up losing on the week. I think we're down 5 units on the week, I think. I got to check it out, though. But we'll try to minimize it, drop it down, not have as bad of a week, end the week on a high note, heading into next week, hopefully have a good mark. But let's talk quickly about our opportunities you guys have right now to upgrade to Betting Pros Premium. You could win a free year of Betting Pros Premium by subscribing to this very YouTube channel. Like this, hit the like button, comment below, underneath me, because when you do, you could win a free year, a free upgrade for Betting Pros Premium, whether you're looking for access to exclusive picks, top-rated player props with the prop bet cheat sheet in the NBA, or custom analysis of your betting performance. We'll come back with the prop bet cheat sheet coming up on tomorrow's Daily Juice. Betting Pros Premium has the tools to help you cash more bets. It's plain, it's that simple. Don't want to wait for the giveaway, however, at the end of the month. We're almost there, by the way. Sign up today at bettingpros.com/upgrade and start betting smarter, not harder. Okay, so the Creighton Blue Jays are taking on San Diego State. Look, this is going to be a war. The Creighton Blue Jays have the 21st most efficient offense in college basketball. They're taking on the 4th best defense. San Diego State has the 7th most efficient offense, and they're taking on the 14th most efficient defense. Ooh, San Diego State is not a good shooting team, okay? 212th effective field goal percentage. They only hit 31.4% of their threes. It's 172nd in college basketball. They don't hit their twos very well either. 49.3, 224th in college basketball. What did they do? They muck it up, all right? They're 20th in effective field goal percentage. They are third in three-point percentage. They are 143rd in two-point percentage, but they're a team that wants to turn you over. There's a team that want to force you to not get a bunch of rebounds. They take care of the glass on defense really well. They brawl, okay? They fight you. This is a team that has been, for a long time, this is a very tough team to face. They grind you down. And that's my fear here for the Creighton Blue Jays. They don't do well with games like this. They don't do well with teams that grind. 21-14 to the under this year, San Diego State. They're on a 10 in a row stretch to the under. 10 games in a row, okay? Actually 11 straight games to the under for San Diego State. This total was 134.5. The last time the Creighton Blue Jays had a total of 134.5 was on the road at Seton Hall on the 8th of February. That game went over by 2.5 points. Before that, you got to go all the way back to Seton Hall at home. That game went over by 9.5 points. Go back and that was the only two times we saw a total of 134.5 with the Creighton Blue Jays. Look, this game, you want to bet the under 134.5? Be my guest. The overs, I bet under yesterday with K-State. The game had a tempo that stunned me. I couldn't believe it because they were comfortable on the court. So I'm gun shy of betting unders, okay? In particular because the biggest stat for this game comes down to 3-point percentage for the Creighton Blue Jays. The Jays, if they hit threes, they win this game. It's that simple. Which version of the Creighton Blue Jays are we getting? Are we getting the Baylor Schneiderman outside shot barrage or brick barrage? Are we getting a Trey Alexander, get to the rim and then bang open threes? Are we getting the lob up top to Kalkbrenner? Are we getting open threes for the guards for Creighton? And are we getting Arthur Kaluma hitting threes? Are we getting Ryan Nembhard having a 25-point game? Which version of the Jays are we getting, okay? You're going to know pretty quick. Creighton Blue Jays 3-point percentage is 35.8. It's top 100. It's not outstanding, but it can be very good. Number 3 in defense, 3-point percentage, San Diego State. That's the stat. Jays hit threes, Jays win. Jays miss threes, Jays lose. I'm hedging, all right? I'm going to take the 2 points officially. I'm personally betting money line, okay? And I'm betting enough to make sure I make a little money off my initial investment. My gut tells me the Jays lose this game, okay? I've watched a lot of Creighton basketball. I watched the FAU game yesterday. I talked about it all year long, all tournament long, about how I've liked teams who play defense first and foremost, okay? When I don't pick the Jays and I bet against them, they tend to win. So there's a little bit of a John Anik syndrome going on here by betting against the team that I want to win, but I actually think the Jays are going to have a tough time. I really do. And San Diego State is really, really difficult to face, and we've seen it throughout this tournament. I mean, beating Alabama was not a joke. It wasn't a small thing, okay? 71-64. They've held their, going through this, they haven't given up more than 66 points since the 25th of February. It's been a month since they've given up more than 64 points. It's unbelievable. They just, it's really, really hard when they're locked in, they have a tough time. The Jays have been the total opposite. They've scored 86, 85, 72. Lost to Xavier and only scored 60 points in the Big East tournament, but 87, 84, 99. I mean, in the month of March, they've scored at least 84 games in every game but one so far in the month of March. All right. Jays have been hot. If they hit their threes, it's going to be a long day for San Diego State. If they are missing their threes or don't get the clean looks that they're after, San Diego State. Take the +2. I'm betting money line San Diego State, but officially we're taking +2 for 1.1 units down on San Diego State. All right. Now, same thing here with Miami and Texas. Line's 4. All right. given the way that dogs have performed here in this tournament, I think you have to seriously look at Miami. Miami's offense is number 6 in efficiency. Texas is number 10 in defensive efficiency. Texas offense, though, is 15th in offensive efficiency. Miami's defense is 104th in efficiency. That's something to take a look at here because Texas got really hot against Xavier in the second half, and that was a big game. We bet the over for that game. 149 was the total in that game. It's 149 in the total right now. Miami's had a really good tournament. They beat Houston, number 1 seed. They beat Indiana. They beat Duke. They lost to Duke, or beat Drake, rather. They lost to Duke in the final of the ACC when they had the injury to their big guy. And, I mean, I've been off on Miami all year, okay? So, look, I have a plus 325 on Texas to win this game. I'm going to be betting money line just to make sure I make a little money here back. I'm going to bet basically, 2 units. I have a 1-unit bet on Texas at plus 325. I'm going to bet 2 units. I'm going to bet enough to win 1.5 regardless, whether it's Texas or Miami. I forget the numbers I'm playing with, but that's what I'm going to make sure I win 1.5 units here today on Texas or Miami, no matter who wins. But officially, for the podcast's sake, I think taking +4 is a smart move here. And you just look at the way that Texas has played at times. They have won. When they win pretty much going away. They only won by 5 against Penn State, but everybody else has been 6 points or more. And their last loss was against TCU back on the road in the 1st of March. They've been very good since. Chance to win this. I mean, how much of it was the banged upness of Houston and the injuries catching up with them that led to Miami here? Jim Larinaga is such a good coach. He took George Mason to the Final Four, trying to take Miami to the Final Four. +4, Miami, okay? That's what I'm jumping in on officially here. And again, given the way the dogs have performed, taking San Diego State +2 and Miami +4, those aren't bad bets, okay? Those, if you're like, Matt, well, I don't have those tickets that you have, so I'm not playing the same game that you are. Yeah, I know, but I still think that's a pretty smart move to take +4 Miami and take +2 San Diego State. Again, if Creighton wins and Texas wins, I'm ecstatic, okay? I am in play in a big way, and I'm only giving back 1 unit here on the Creighton game. I'm going to guarantee myself that I win 1.5 with Texas. I don't have any other future after this besides the Creighton Blue Jay ticket, and Creighton will be favored most likely against Florida Atlantic. So it's insanity, but I could have a Creighton versus UConn national championship game. Like, UConn can beat Texas or Miami 100%. UConn can be in the national title game. You could have 2 Big East teams in the national title game, and they're 1-1 this year taking on each other. So, I mean, you want to talk about who's favored in that one? I have no idea. Most likely UConn would be, but UConn hasn't lost to anybody. It's funny. UConn hasn't lost a non-conference game, right? But the Jays beat UConn at home. The Jays lost to UConn by 9 at UConn. They're 1-1. Rubber match might very well be for the national championship. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'll obviously be jumping in heavy if that were to happen here, but that's how I'm going to play it personally, okay? But I understand if you are going to go, well, Matt, I love Creighton to win this game, and okay, I hope you're right, all right? But officially +2, +4, 1.1 units on both for our picks and plays here for the Elite Eight games on Sunday. Now, have you guys heard of the funny little slogan that the guys, and most of you guys who listen to The Juice also watch Bostonian versus the Book, they came up with this thing called the Bedard lay, which is fading teams that are out of it, that are eliminated, trying to get as many ping pong balls as possible into the NHL lottery in order for them to get this insane talent who is the next coming of Jesus, basically, the next McDavid. So I played the Bedard day yesterday, and I put the Bruins in it for the fun of it. Just like, all right, I think the Bruins are going to win, so put the Bruins in. +350, it hit. All right, 3-legger, 3-unit, fading all the really bad teams. 2 of those bad teams are playing here today. The Arizona Coyotes are playing against the Avalanche, and the Vancouver Canucks are playing today. And Vancouver, they are a weird team, man. They could have been in this conversation. Vancouver very easily could have been a team that you're looking to fade, but they've been so good. They've won 8 of 10. And they're way out of this. But Vancouver's at Chicago, and Chicago is now coming off this road trip in which they were reeling. They lost all 3 games at Arizona, at Colorado, at Washington, 4-2, 5-0, 6-1. Okay? 3 out of 4 wins for Vancouver. They're 16-16-4 on the road, but they're 8-2 over their last 10. Chicago is 14-18-3. And frankly, Chicago doesn't want to win any more games. Okay? Chicago just doesn't want to win anymore. And I don't blame them, okay? Because they've got some work left to do here. They've got 54 points, and San Jose has 53 points, okay? It's a race to the ping pong bottom. Anaheim, 56 points. Arizona, 66 points, because Arizona's played really well at home this year. They're 20-11-3, which is crazy. But they got to stop winning. Like, they got a lot of young kids who are, a lot of young kids who are playing hard, okay? But Colorado is not set. These are games that the Avalanche need to win, okay? Look at the standings. The Bruins and the Hurricanes and the Devils in the East are wrapped up, but the Bruins and the Hurricanes playing is awesome. Maybe an Eastern Conference Championship preview coming up today. That game is must-see TV. But in the West, a lot hasn't been determined. So Colorado is the 3 seed right now. They're 2 games behind Dallas. 2 points behind Dallas. They're 3 points behind the Wild. In the wild card rank, Seattle's at 88 points. Seattle's not that far behind Colorado. So you start looking at this and you're like, the Avalanche better be careful. Like, you don't want to play in that wild card situation. You want to make sure that you're not, but right behind them, they've got the Winnipeg Jets are 5 points behind them. Kraken with 88 points. Calgary, so you have the Jets and the Kraken, most likely if it ended today. But they got to win. Like, Colorado can't just rest on their laurels, and they're banged up. Okay, they are. But Arizona on the road, I think this is just a little bit too much here. And it is a little scary. I'm not going to deny it. Like, Matt, they've played so well at home. You're really going to go ahead and expect Arizona, because that barn is weird. They're playing in a college, it's not normal. Lost 3 games in a row. At home, they won 4 straight. They beat the Wild, they beat the Flames, they beat the Canucks, and they beat the Blackhawks. They've won 4 games in a row at home. If you go back to, actually, they've won 6 games in a row. 7 games in a row. No, there's a loss. Okay. 6 games in a row at home, Arizona. I'm just going to take a flyer here that the Avalanche beat them 3-1 in the last game, and that they'll come back here again. Cale Makar played in the last game, had a goal and 2 assists in his return to the lineup. Nathan McKinnon had a goal and 2 assists as well. Avs are getting healthy, and when they're healthy, I'm okay with going ahead and taking them on the money line to win. Vancouver against Chicago. Colorado against Arizona. 2-leg money line parlay is plus 115. I'm jumping in on that. 1 unit, plus 115, 2-leg moneyline parlay here today. Not a very big slate in the NHL, but we'll jump in on that. Now, I'm not going to do this officially, but if you love the gift parlay, I'll give you one if you want a gift parlay, because it's kind of stupid, the numbers right now. Colorado is 14-1. Now, that 1 was in the last game where they didn't go over. St. Louis is 11-1. First period, gifts, goal in the first 10 minutes. And Arizona's 13-2. Unfortunately, that 2 is in the last game. One of the 2 was in the last game. But I think it's the numbers again. I love the numbers. 93%, 91%, 86%. Look, you're not going to win every bet, but when those percentages are going, you just got to get involved. I don't know how you don't get involved personally. I think you just have to. Colorado, Arizona, gift. St. Louis and the LA Kings. St. Louis 11-1. They're taking on the LA Kings here. LA hasn't been awesome to a goal in the first 10 minutes, 5-5. But offensively, they're at 59% on the season, so they're more often than not. And St. Louis has just been ridiculous. Goals happening so incredibly fast for St. Louis. In the game yesterday where St. Louis won, we faded the Anaheim Ducks. Let's see how many goals got scored in the first 10 minutes. 1, 2, 3 goals got scored in the first 10 minutes for St. Louis and the Ducks. Okay, 2 by the Ducks, by the way. It wasn't just all St. Louis. 2 by the Ducks got scored, except it was just turned into a 3-2 final because they scored 5 goals in the first period for that game yesterday. So again, I don't mind it. It's a plus 155 parlay. It's not bad. DraftKings has it. Gift, Colorado, Arizona, yes. St. Louis, LA Kings, yes. If you want some extra, plus 155. But officially, we're going San Diego State plus 2 against Creighton. Miami plus 4 against Texas here for 1.1 units each. So 2.2 units down there. And then 1 unit down on the plus 115 parlay. The Bedard lay, as we're calling it, the race for Bedard, this Canadian stud that everybody wants, to the bottom. Vancouver to win, Colorado to win at plus 115. So just 3.2 units in play. If I add anything, I'll tell you about it in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get in, or a link underneath me on YouTube. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMatt each and every morning. It is the Daily Juice Podcast, being brought to you by BetMGM.